Think about the last argument you had with someone. Now ask yourself honestly, in your memory of that argument, who was more reasonable? You were, weren't you? You remembered your points as clearer, your tone as calmer, your logic as more sound. Here's the uncomfortable truth. So did they. Two people, one argument, two completely different memories. And in both versions, the hero is the person doing the remembering. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't a flaw. This is your brain doing exactly what it was built to do, and it has been lying to you your entire life. Every animal on Earth has some capacity for deception. Certain fish change color to hide. Some birds fake injury to lure predators away from their nests. Chimpanzees have been observed misleading rivals about food locations. But there is one form of deception found nowhere else in the animal kingdom: deceiving yourself. No other species maintains false beliefs about its own abilities, its own past, or its own motivations, in the face of clear, contradicting evidence. Only humans do this. Psychologists call it self-deception, and it is not occasional. It is not rare. Studies suggest it operates constantly, across virtually every domain of your life: your relationships, your career, your health, your sense of who you are. A landmark study found that people consistently rate their own performance as above average across almost every measurable skill, including logic, grammar, and driving ability. Mathematically, this is impossible. Most people cannot be above average, but most people believe they are. Here's what doesn't make sense at first glance. Evolution is ruthless. It eliminates traits that don't help organisms survive. Distorted perception of reality should be dangerous. So why has self-deception survived for hundreds of thousands of years? The answer is that in the ancestral environment, self-deception was a competitive advantage. Studies show that humans who project confidence, even unfounded confidence, consistently outperform those who project accurate self-assessment. They get chosen as leaders, they attract mates, they command more resources. But there's a deeper layer. Evolutionary biologist Robert Trivers proposed something radical: that humans evolved to deceive themselves precisely so they could deceive others more convincingly. The logic is elegant. If you believe your own lie, your body language won't betray you. Your voice won't waver. The most persuasive liar is the one who doesn't know they're lying. Self-deception doesn't announce itself. That's the point. It operates through mechanisms that feel, from the inside, completely like rational thinking. The first is motivated reasoning, the tendency to work backwards from a conclusion you want to be true and construct logic to support it. The second is memory editing. Every time you recall a memory, you don't retrieve a recording. You reconstruct it. Your role becomes slightly more heroic. Your mistakes become slightly more understandable. The third is the emotional immune system, an unconscious process that kicks in whenever you receive information that threatens your self-image and works to neutralize it. This system is so effective that most people report being happier after major life setbacks than they predicted they would be. Not because the setbacks weren't real, but because the brain quietly rewrites the story around them. The same system that protects your confidence also keeps you from seeing your real weaknesses. The same process that shields you from painful truths also insulates you from the feedback that would help you grow. You are not a passive observer of reality. You are an active editor of it. Your brain takes the raw experience of your life and processes it, filtering, shaping, revising, until what reaches your consciousness is not the truth, but the version of the truth you can live with. That's not weakness. That's design. But knowing it changes something. The next time you are absolutely certain you were right and they were wrong, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what would the story look like from outside? Because somewhere between their version and yours is probably the closest thing to what actually happened. And that gap, that small, uncomfortable space between what you believe and what is true, is where real growth lives.